Welcome, everyone. So glad that you're here today, sharing with us our session for Remember Earth. My name is Pippa Dean-Vierman. I am one of the team for the Community Engagement Coordinators at the Art House with the Lake Country Art Gallery. With me today is Allison Beaumont.
Hello, everybody. My name is Allison Beaumont, and I work alongside Pippa and Faith in the community engagement role. And we create lots of content that directly relates to the exhibitions and happenings at Lake Country Art Gallery. And I'm going to pass over to Faith.
Hi, I'm Faith. I am a newly appointed community engagement assistant, so I help everything with Pippa and Allison.
Yeah. So we are quite a team, and we are all really happy to see you here today. Firstly, as we start, I would like to acknowledge the land that we are on. We are so happy and lucky to be situated on the traditional unceded territory of the Syilx Okanagan peoples, and we're privileged to work, live, and play on these lands. We constantly consider what it means to be a good guest on this land.
I'd just like to let you know that the copy of this presentation and the slides are available on our website at lakecountryartgallery.ca/resources, where you'll find this video and lots of other resources, including learning guides, delving gallery guides, and also our forest bathing workshop, which recently also happened too. So hope that you can check those out.
Today, our session is an art session using photography in response to a very important event that happened that we were going to go into. Firstly, being a photograph of quite a lot of fame, I'd like you to consider on this screen what you see, what makes you think it is what you think it is. Now, have you any other thoughts? So I know we are not doing this session live with interacting, but think to yourself, where could this be? And who might have taken this photograph? And why have Pippa and Allison and Faith brought this to the fore this afternoon? Well, getting on with the next things, that is a very famous photograph. It was called Earthrise. And the story behind the photograph is that the astronauts on the Apollo 8 mission didn't really plan to see that. They were so busy doing their mission that they were quite taken aback when out of their window, they noticed this image. And I will let Faith elaborate on some reflections on the video that we have for you to watch.
Thank you, Pippa. So the astronauts, I don't remember his exact name, but he was the photographer of the crew, and he captured this image, and they were constantly calling the Earth as like a blue marble because it really stood out in the universe because it was so black, and they were close to the moon, so it was just a stark black and gray background. Looking out towards this blue marble that we inhabit and realizing how small we truly are to the rest of the world, but also the significant impacts that we have on our own planet.
Thank you, Faith. It really is an amazing video to watch, and I highly recommend that you pause this presentation now and go to the link and watch the Earthrise video.
You can also follow the link in the description underneath this YouTube video as well. The link to the video here will be listed below.
The quote above catches my eye because it talks about the earth being heart-catching, a very heart-catching sight, the most in the astronaut's life. I think that's a really important thing to remember. Now we're going to give you another part of your in-breath. Powerful art always requires that we have a big in-breath of perceptions, of ideas, of thoughts, of sharings, before we mull it around and then create in response to it. So our session today has not only included the film from the astronauts, but Andrea Gorman is a person who of absolutely amazing talent, doing a poem about her response to the Earthrise photos. And if you could pause your video again and go to the YouTube and watch her recite her poem, it will really add to your understandings and your own art making today. So as Allison said, you could go to the information below the video and click directly on that link, but probably the most easy way to go to Andrea Gorman's poem. Now that you have seen Andrea Gorman's poem, it's time to reflect. John Dewey, a famous pedagogue, says that all learning happens in the reflection rather than during the experience. So it's really important, having had a wonderful in-breath of inspiration and ideas and thoughts now, that you think about your own feelings about these things. What is your relationship to the planet? How are we all interconnected? Looking at the planet from way far away in the moon, it did seem to be borderless. There weren't sections, there weren't governments or politics or territories, or it was just one unified globe. And in the time, it was a very instigating factor on Earth Day, on many environmental movements that recognized all of a sudden that this beautiful blue marble was in fact us. And us was not comprised of a you and me or a we and they. Us is just us. So take some time to ponder our interconnections and also our caring for this very, very precious earth, of which we only have one and we don't get another. And if we trash it, we're trashing really ourselves. Are there ways that our community is protecting the environment? Maybe ponder that in your reflections. And if there's any other ways that we can change our perspectives to see the planet as a unified whole rather than a very divisive planet of countries and nations and opinions and belief systems that often contradict one another. You may pause your video and actually spend a little time writing about this. The reason being, when we've done our photographs, we're going to ask you if you could do a caption on your photograph. And it will be really useful to have had some reflections earlier on from which to draw and inspire your own art. So pause when you are ready. Now, we're going to talk about photographs. As an artist, taking pictures, there are many ways to hold your camera so that you can have different perspectives, show different way. And we'd like to review a few different vantage points so that when you go outside soon to take your pictures in response to Remember Earth, that you might consider these. And I've taken pictures for years But, you know, it really helped me when someone reminded me about the bird's eye view. And I went outside and I lay down on the earth and I took a picture, and I thought that was a really wonderful reminder I had. So we'll go through a few of these now. Faith, would you like to talk about the bird's eye view? You're outside
Sure.
under the sky.
So bird's eye view, if you want to think about it analytically, it's taking a picture from above the subject, or imagine yourself planting your feet into the ground and looking down at your toes entangled in the earth, and that viewpoint is a bird's eye view.
Mhm. Yes, bird's eye view. The next one is the long shot. I will explain here the long shot. As you see in these two photographs, you're farther away from your subject. So you kind of have the subject in a context, in their environment, where they are. It does tell details about the location and the background, but we do feel farther away, which may be an effect that you will want when you create your photograph. That's the long shot.
Worm's eye view is opposite of bird's eye view. So that'll be the viewpoint of looking above or looking up towards the subject or the figure, as if you were a worm dwelling beneath the ground, looking above.
Another vantage point is a close-up. So quite opposite from the long shot. It's funny, our opposites are kind of alternate to each other. You have the distant shot and now the close-up shot. So this is definitely where we see the wrinkles, where we can almost smell what we're looking at, where we can almost touch it and feel it, and an intimate feeling with the subject. Yes, totally different. Consider this in your photograph today. There. This one I had to put in, I acknowledge, this is some of the most powerful photographs that are quite renowned in the world. The shot of the girl. Think about color. This is rather than a vantage point, these are elements of design now that really affect the quality of your picture and the impact that it will make to the people viewing the photograph. So contrasting colors here, the red with the blue and the green with the rust color, really make for powerful pictures. And as a photographer, often looking at powerful pictures is a really good way to increase our own ability to communicate through images. Faith, would you like to talk about patterns?
Yeah, so I think this is important, especially when it comes to nature, because you're going to find patterns everywhere that you never even knew existed. Something as simple as a honeybee comb, or like you can see on the left, the windows. So it's an image made out of repetitive shapes.
Textures. While you're down crawling around on the earth, or maybe climbing a tree and checking out the bird nest from the top, your bird's eye view, textures will be a significant part of your experience. They may leave us with splinters or shivers, as in the case of reptile skin. But think about, while you're taking your pictures today, the possibility of welcoming textures into your imagery. And it says touch and feel, but you know, I think smell comes in pretty closely as well. Next one. Oh, there we are. Well, this is an inspiration picture. This is actually a multiple exposure of burnt wood and trees and forests that have been burnt. And this is to inspire you to do something perhaps a little bit differently, using ideas that we've just shared with you, or trying to think of the concept of your picture impacting how you are expressing yourself through your photograph today. So think about the film, think about the video, and also be inspired, I hope, by a little bit by this unusual photograph here. You are seeing a multiple exposure, which I actually took. So looking at all of these inspirations to inform your decisions, it's now time for you to go and create your photograph. Think about what you want to say. Think about your location, where you are. What is unique? What makes Oyama or Okanagan Center, or maybe you're in California, maybe you're in Quebec. What is special about the land to you in your place right now? And with that intention and your camera in hand, think about all these things and see where you are led. Just follow your nose, follow your instincts, and have fun taking a picture, or 2, or 100. We'll see you soon. So you're out there taking a picture. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed those picture taking moments, whether it was 10 minutes or a day. It's always a powerful place to be. So now your caption. Think about your subject. What is important in your picture? What is the message you want to share? You may use your choice to add a caption to your photo. So go back to your writing, see what you were thinking about after your big in-breath. Now try to choose a photograph that you have that might say a little bit of that message. This one right here is a picture with people in it and vantage points that are changing, because I think as we approach climate change on our planet, our vantage point is constantly changing, and that's an expression. When you have your captions thought about, there's a really significant place where you can take your photograph with a caption, post it on Remember Earth. Hashtag Remember Earth is a place where many people have joined to present their thoughts and ideas and feelings about the Earth with respect to Earthrise, and the Earth being one very precious planet that we need to take care of. Yes, there are many different apps that you can go to. A very easy one would be if you do Google Drive and you go to Google Slides and you put in your photograph and then just push the text box and add your caption onto it. Then you could take that picture and go to Remember Earth on Twitter or Instagram and post. And we would love to see your additions on the site. Allison, maybe you could speak to Twitter and the power.
Yeah, so I was also just going to mention as well that the hashtag Remember Earth is something that you would include in the post that you create. And don't forget as well, you could actually tag us at Lake Country Art Gallery and also Lake Country Art House. So we'll post those Instagram handles in the video below. So you can not only use the hashtag Remember Earth, but you could also tag us in your creations as well, because we'd love to see them. And there is just one more day to see the Voice and Land exhibition at Lake Country Art Gallery. But if you've missed that, there again, if you have a look on our resources page, there are lots of documentation and images and so forth that you can experience that too. But we'd really love to see what your creations are using the hashtag Remember Earth.
Thank you so much, Allison. That was really informative. Yes, please come to the gallery. You're seeing when maybe the next show will be up or the next pop-up after that, but come and see us. We would love to see you, and we would love to continue interacting with the exhibits as they emerge and go up and come down and respond in ways that bring more art to our community. If you would like a copy of the presentation, don't forget lakecountryartgallery.ca resources. And this was a collaborative effort, I would say, with an organization in San Diego called Outside the Lens, who have been inspiring me in photographs for, since January now. And check them out if you're interested. That was, yes. So on behalf of the Lake Country Art House and Art Gallery, thank you. And we'll see you again, I hope. Yeah. Bye, everyone.